Hi Stampin' friends, tonight I'm going to be using the Blackberry Beauty Specialty Designer Series paper. It's specialty because it has gold foiling within the paper. It is a fall print and it has several pretty possibilities for you. I'm going to show you a couple that I have finished already, and then I'm going to talk about a couple of new possibilities. And the point of my lives is to show you what you can do with the paper, like if you've bought a paper share and you don't have the matching stamp set. And that is authentic for me tonight because I do not have this matching stamp set. I have these pretty pumpkins that I have really enjoyed using with it. But the matching stamp set, let's see, this is actually on page 44 and 45 of the mini catalog. And the stamp set that goes with this is called Beauty of Tomorrow, and it has stamps and dies. And I just didn't get this one. I chose to get the little pumpkins. So I did kind of just want to show you some ways I've used it with the pumpkins. So you can see here I use the back, which is like a chevron, early espresso and cinnamon cider, and then this is like an oak leaf print. And I used this with Cajun Craze, Blackberry Bliss, and then gold with this big pumpkin, and of course the gold ribbon that goes with it. It's a beautiful ribbon, but I believe it is on back order. Then on another card that we did for class locally, we used cinnamon cider and Blackberry Bliss with some other of the papers in this set, and it says thankful for you. So you can see there how that one went together. And then on another live, I did this center, whoopsie, and I'm going to put that together, this center easel where it tucks in there, and it has a couple of different papers on it as well. And it's on a Cajun Craze base. I decided to cut this out with the Blackberry Bliss. It's a little hard to see there. Let me get it on the white. And the gold with this pumpkin. And I'm just going to tuck these in here. One thing that will be nice, since I'm going to put this gold over the blackberry, I can just kind of put a little bit of adhesive down here and it won't show because I'm going to cover it up with the pumpkin. And that is one thing that's super nice when you have an open shape like this and you need a way to add it to the bottom here. So I'm just going to use just a little bit of this Stampin' Seal adhesive. Kind of put it across there like that. And then adhere those little pieces down. And of course, it's not completely stuck. And then I'm going to grab, I think I'm going to use a side piece here. You could use the mini dimensionals. That would work great. But here I'm going to use the side edge off of my large dimensionals. I'm just going to tear like this. I'm going to put one here. You can see how easy this is to use, and I think it makes it kind of nice, kind of quick. There we are, and then just one more little piece over here on this edge. I think that one I might need to use one of these. One of these has kind of a small edge, so I'm just going to use a little edge piece here on the other side. Put it right there. So there we are. Putting that on. There's a toss. And then I'm just going to pop this on here like that. And it will protect there. I don't have any sticky showing. So you can see there how I finished this up. Let me put some other color behind it so you can see. There we go. You can see how the pumpkin kind of sticks up just a little bit. And then we have the other one covering up a portion there at the bottom. So that's one way to use it with these pumpkins. Then I wanted to show you a couple of different things. I really like this pattern that's in the paper. In my opinion, there's almost nothing you need to do to this. You could use Sahara sand as your sentiment layer, or you could even use a white or something like that, because it's such a neutral color. I may not use my Very Vanilla, only because to me it's a little bit competing. To me, this is a cool neutral, and this is kind of a warm neutral. So what I would probably do is just use, you might even use your Stampin' Majig and put your sentiment up here at the top. What's so useful about this is this particular paper, you could get 12 of this card from each pack of the paper, because this paper is 12 inches wide, of course, and you can cut it 4 inches by 5 1/4. You will end up with 6 pieces out of each sheet. So I find that this is super useful. I think this would make a gorgeous sympathy card, but it would also make, I mean, it's not unhappy. You could use it for a lot of pretty. This one I could just see maybe using the some of the punches to put a sentiment right here. This particular spot right here doesn't have any gold, so that might be a perfect place to put a sentiment. Now, what is crazy about this paper is that the back side is, well, I don't know if I can get it where you can see it. The back side is a holly print. So I was thinking it could be pretty. I should have grabbed a piece that wasn't cut for something else, but it could be really pretty to put the gold on here. And I don't know if you guys have seen these yet. They are gold holly leaves. So I thought it could be really pretty to put some gold on here with these and add the holly leaves kind of in a little clump or two. So maybe not even with the paper, maybe just with some, and there's different sizes of these holly leaves too, I should tell you. One side is embossed and the other side is plain. So you kind of want to get the embossed side up. So there we go. Whoopsie, I'm kind of making them flop around there. Anyway, point being, I think this could be really pretty around a sentiment. Like you could put your Merry Christmas up here, or just any sentiment. Like here, this is Christmas cheer all through the year. And this is in a dark, I'm not sure if it's if I've got it in the Blackberry Bliss or if I have it in the Merry Merlot. But it looks really cute. And then you could just add a couple of these guys on here. And I think that is so simple, but really pretty. And that's perfect for when you feel like, well, this time of year is over. What am I going to use the back side of this? You can use the back side for Christmas, which I was really surprised by that. And I thought it was really kind of a pretty look, the way that it ends up here. Now, I might put a few more, if this was all I was going to do, I might put a few more leaves on here. And then I might put some gold cord along the bottom. I think that could be really pretty, a nice way to use this. Okay, so that's those two. And then I wanted to show you just when you're kind of at the end of using your paper and you have just some little pieces left. A lot of times what I have is a strip that may go the entire 12 inches. And then I have these pieces that I need to use. One layout that I really like with that is to use a base that is slightly smaller than my card base and divide these up evenly. So I wanted to give you these measurements because this would work with any particular paper that you're using. This could be done with, with the whimsical trees. I'll be doing them tomorrow night, and I may try and show you this again. But it could be done with any variety of papers, and it's going to look really pretty. I actually have this one upside down for you. Sorry about that. It has a little owl on it. There we are. So let me tell you the sizes, and then I will put this one together for you. Okay, so this is our regular sized card base, of course, which is 8.5 by 5.5, because it's half down the middle of the 11 inches. This is our Blackberry Bliss, and this is our cinnamon cider. The cinnamon cider piece is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Now the reason I did that was because I was wanting to make it equal distance from the top and the bottom and both sides. So, so it'd be equally smaller than each of those. And then I was figuring up what to use for these papers. And so what I did was I want to have about the same, generally, between the papers as on each side. Now this is going to be a little bit off because of the math of the thing. So what I did was I took this 4 3/4. Well, typically if we're going to have an edging on here, we would take that 4 3/4 down to 4 1/2. But then I'm also going to have one down each side of to make a triptych, to use 3 pieces of paper, I need a space in the middle as well between them. So I took that down to, let me try to show you here what I was trying to say. Just the amount of paper that I needed. And I took that down to 4 1/4 in order to get it. Let's see, am I even showing you? Yes, I am showing you that. Great. I took that down to 4 1/4 so that I could have the spaces between. And then that means that each individual width here, now of course this direction, of course, is just a 1/4 inch smaller. So it's 3 1/4, whereas this one is 3 1/2 tall. These are 3 1/4 tall. So I took these down to 1 3/8. And I'm not going to stick these down yet. I'm just going to kind of put them where they kind of should go so that I can, if I need to move them to one side or the other, it's no big deal. And I chose the one with the most gold to be in the middle. I'm not really sure why I necessarily did that, but it's just kind of what I was thinking. And most of these are equally pretty on the back side, even though they don't have the gold on them, they're still really pretty papers. So if you get tired of using one of these, it's always fun to add that there. Okay, so let me scooch. I think they all slid to the left as I was trying to stick them down. Scooch this one to the left as well. Okay, I will just kind of give that a press down there for a second and we won't worry about getting exactly right. But you can see here how easy that is to use up your scraps in this way. And then what I would probably do is use a sentiment down here and maybe some gold cord. Let me see if I have my gold. Yeah, here's my gold cord. This is the Simply Elegant Trim. It is item number 155766. And if you're interested in ordering, this is the host code. This might be a good one to put. I can't remember how much these are, but that might be a good one to have for a prize in December, except this would be difficult to ship. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times. Now, you guys know that if you're wanting to be thrifty, the best thing to do on that is to not have this on the back. This is wasteful to a certain extent, and you could easily put a strip of adhesive where you're going to wrap it around at the bottom on this one is what I'm going to do. And you could easily just wrap it from side to side like this. I'm not sure I'm making this clear, but let's see. Like that. Okay, so once you've done that, you can stamp on maybe a piece of Whisper White, or cinnamon cider looks great on this as well. So I think I have a blessed or a thankful. Here's a blessed. I think I'll use the Blackberry Bliss ink. Dip that like that. And I'm trying to remember if this fits in here. Oh, sorry, I bounced it. I'm trying to remember if it fits in here. Oh, yes, it does. This is the classic label punch, and it is super fast for things like this. And then I could just put that right on top, use some dimensionals, and then maybe add some of these gold brushed metallic dots on the sentiment or going off the sentiment or whatever you think looks cute. Maybe not in the middle of that. Maybe that's not a good idea. Let's see, there like that. And then maybe one of the bigger ones. There we go. And just for kind of some difference, putting it off to the side is kind of cute. So there, I think I've shown you some ways to use this paper, using it to use your small pieces and making a little triptych where there's 3 different papers showing. We used the back side of this pretty Queen Anne's lace paper, which is holly. We used it with a sentiment and we used it with some holly leaves, and I'll complete this. I may even add some berries. I might punch those out of some paper and add some little berries in the corner. I think that would be really pretty. Or I could use my Blackberry Bliss Stampin' blends to color some rhinestones, which might also be really gorgeous with that. And then I just recapped some of I finished this card with the Blackberry intricate kind of cut. Let's see, I need to put some white behind there. Intricate cut pumpkin and the gold pumpkin. And I just kind of finished the center easel card. And then this one from a local class that I did. It's kind of called a diamond fold card. It pops diamond fold pop-up. And then this one that I did just to show off this intricate gold pumpkin. So you can see that's another way to use it, and using it with the gold ribbon and the gilded gems. Gosh, I am not holding that. I think I'm so afraid of this Blackberry Bliss ink pad that I've left open that I'm afraid to get it too close. There we go. Gilded gems and the gold ribbon. But I appreciate you all watching.